In a village nestled by the hills, there lived a little boy named Jonah. He was small and thin, with eyes full of questions. Every day, Jonah watched the grown-ups talk about miracles and God's wonders, but he felt too little and unimportant in such a big, loud world. One bright morning, word swept through the village that a great teacher, Jesus, was coming. People hurried out of their homes and followed him out beyond the town, gathering on the grassy slopes. Jonah's mother pressed a bundle into his hands, a modest lunch of 5 barley loaves and 2 small fish. "Take this with you, Jonah, and listen well," she whispered. "Maybe today you'll see something wonderful." Clutching his lunch, Jonah ran to join the crowd. But as he sat among the throng, thousands upon thousands, he felt very tiny. Jonah glanced at his little lunch. Compared to the many hungry people, it seemed almost nothing. He wrapped his arms around the basket, his heart tugging between fear that he would go hungry, and the ache for someone, anyone, to notice him. As the sun rose high and the hours passed, whispers snaked through the crowd. There was no food left, and people were starting to grow faint. Andrew, one of the teacher's friends, moved through the crowd, searching for any scrap of bread. When Andrew reached Jonah and saw the small lunch, Jonah shrank back, cheeks flushing with insecurity. "It isn't much," Jonah mumbled, feeling exposed and embarrassed. "Just enough for me." But Andrew knelt and smiled. "Would you give it to Jesus?" Jonah hesitated. He wrestled with his fears. What if there wasn't enough? What if he gave it away and was left with nothing? Still, something inside him longed to be brave, to see what might happen. With trembling hands, Jonah placed his little lunch into Andrew's hands. They brought it to Jesus. The teacher looked into Jonah's eyes, not with judgment, but with a warmth so deep it seemed to fill every corner of Jonah's heart. Jesus gave thanks, broke the bread, and began to share it out among the crowd. Miraculously, the food multiplied, first to the nearest groups, then farther and farther, until every single person ate their fill. Baskets of leftovers overflowed. The crowd was amazed, laughter ringing out as bellies were filled and hope rekindled. Jonah watched in astonishment. His small gift, once cause for insecurity, had become the vessel for a miracle. He felt joy bubble up inside him, bright and overwhelming. "My small gift mattered anyway," he thought to himself. When his mother met him at sundown, Jonah's arms were full of extra bread and the story of how God used what little he had to feed thousands. The story teaches us that no matter how small or insignificant we feel, God can use what we have and who we are to do great things. God does not call the equipped, He equips the called. Night prayer. Lord, help me give, even when I feel small. Amen.